Welcome to another episode of Not Too Deep. I'm Grace Helbig, your host. Guess what, guys? Exciting episode ahead. You have been trigger warned. We have Clayton James, aka Kib from Sugar Pine 7, with us here today. We've only had Steven Septic on last time. He said some disparaging things about Kib that we really wanted to get to the bottom of today. Plus, he's just a real nice boy with real genuine thoughts and feelings and opinions about starting a goddamn cool business with his cool friends. So let's jump into that on this episode of Not Too Deep with Kib.
Not too deep.
This episode of Not Too Deep is brought to you by Drop. If you spend with brands like Uber, Starbucks, Trader Joe's, and Sephora, then you're missing out on free cash rewards with the Drop app. For a limited time, if you head to the App Store or Google Play and sign up for the Drop app using the code GRACE, you'll receive a $10 Starbucks gift card right away. Make sure to link a debit or credit card to the app when you sign up to claim your reward.
Not too deep. Not too deep. With Grace Helbig.
Clayton Kib James.
What's up?
Is here with us.
Yeah.
We've had Steven here. He talked very negatively about all of you.
Amazing.
For an
I
entire
wouldn't expect
hour.
anything less than that.
Take us through, how did you guys meet each other?
Steve and I met way back in the day. I want to say like 2012 or 2013.
Okay.
From a YouTube like influencer manager who was trying to start like a group of YouTubers back when we did gaming, and he just brought us together and we just instantly hit it off. And there's like a bunch of us in there, but he and I really clicked, and then we just kind of stayed in touch ever since and collaborated and became best friends.
Really?
Yeah. And then I like moved in with him in 2015.
Oh, yeah. Because you're from Canada.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
right.
What's it like
Canada.
being in this country?
It's frigid cold there.
Yeah.
It's way better. I just love it.
Really?
I love Canada. It's
Okay.
home, but it's LA, you know? I've
You're
only
in
been here for like
Hollywood.
2 years, so it's
Oh,
still
really? So it's still fresh.
Exactly. It's a little fresh. You don't have that. I realized that the first 8 months that you're here is when you feel like, I've made it.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
I like, you look at the mountains and it like gives you butterflies.
Yeah.
And then we lose it. And now
And
it's like
you get jaded and like everyone sucks. And
everyone
everything
sucks. They do. The first 8 months you learn that, you're like, everyone's great.
Yeah.
But half of them don't mean it.
You're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and you trust everyone, and then your trust gets broken
And
just
they
enough.
They break your heart.
How did Sugar Pine come to be? How did this whole collaborative thing happen?
It all started way back in the day as
Okay.
well. When SourceFed shut down. I'm sure you're familiar with SourceFed.
Yeah, we just had Lee and Steve on the episode right before you.
Stephen Lee.
Yeah, they said hi.
My babies. Hi, guys. So when that shut down, Steve was like, well,
Oh, because Steve worked
he still
over
had
there.
his channel
Yes.
and he worked there too.
Right.
Yeah. He was a host there. Right at the end of it when it all died. And it seems to be a reoccurring thing, man.
Yeah.
No, but he kept his channel going and he's like, well, you know, what am I gonna do next? I gotta do something. So he came over to my place just because he's like, well, Kib's in LA for a couple months.
Yeah.
And just vlogged, and I just immediately jumped into character because he and I have this like dynamic that for the longest time we couldn't find anybody else who had that. We,
Right.
like got each other in that bidding way where you can always know when you're bidding, like
Right.
just clicked well. So we filmed and it was super funny to us anyways. And then all the audience from SourceFed that needed somewhere to go went to Steve's channel, and luckily we made this funny content back in the day that they really resonated with people, and we just kept doing it. And
That's
then
cool.
time went by, you know, and we had James, well, Steve had James film for him because he also worked at SourceFed.
Okay.
And then James became one of our best friends, and we all just started making videos, and
That's awesome.
you know, then it just kind of took off from there.
Yeah, how did you develop your character, Kib? Because I'm sure a lot of people, when I got introduced to you guys, you guys won a Streamy Award for Best Show. I think you beat out Phil DeFranco.
We didn't deserve it.
Oh, it was so great. You guys were all jumping on stage, and I was like, look how young and fun these guys look.
Look at these little Looney Tunes over here.
What is this? And then I went on YouTube after, and I like binged so many episodes.
No
So I was
doubt.
like,
Cool.
this is so cool to me. And it's like, I got mad at it because I was like, why didn't I think about this?
Why didn't I do what they're doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't
a bunch of
that
fun
how it always
friends making
goes?
like, innovative vlogs. This is pissing me off, but kudos to them.
It was cool to find out that you even watched. Like,
Oh,
we
yeah.
didn't know that anyone gave a shit. Like, we just thought, oh, we just have the SourceFed audience, and that's why
Sure.
we're getting views, which was amazing. We're like, cool, we can do this.
Yeah.
But then when we found out that like there was other creators and just like cool people, like finding out that the Valley folk liked us, and
Oh,
that
yeah,
you
yeah.
liked us, and just all these other cool creators that are so much more talented than we are.
Also, you guys are doing something so cool. It was getting so, at least for me, like the platform was so repetitive, and so everyone was doing the same like like, let's do a makeup tutorial. Let's all make slime. Let's all do this
slime
challenge and things like that.
And
I
I
was
dip
like,
my
this
toes
is
in
new.
slime and get 10 million views from the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
should
how
make
did
a
you
fucking
guys?
slime channel?
How did you come up with your character? Because people probably, when I first saw it, I didn't realize that you were in character.
That was amazing. Let me just touch on something really quick, because it was, I wish we could go back to this time, like when people thought that a lot of it was real, because it's amazing now to think like, oh my God, people thought it was real. Because I look back, I'm like, it was ridiculous, guys. How the fuck, can I swear on this?
Of course.
How the fuck did you think that it was real? But back then it was kind of frustrating. It was like almost offensive that people thought I was this crazy character.
Yeah.
And I was like, obviously it's fake, guys. Like no one does that.
Yeah.
But now I wish I could go back to that. But how did I come up with the character? I just I've always been a goofy boy, I think.
Sure.
And my influences have always been like Jim Carrey and
I can totally
Robin
see that.
Williams
Yeah.
and all these amazing legends. And that's just kind of also been who I am. And so when I'm performing for people or I'm trying to entertain, I just naturally go to a goofy place.
Yeah.
And then
It's very silly.
yeah, exactly.
love
Very
it.
silly. And the bro voice was just kind of the accent and the type of character that I use as a vehicle to be a goofy person, which I did before we started filming with my roommate at the time, John Cryos. What's up, Siri? Siri, are you listening to our conversations?
Wow, the FBI agent that has this house bug got real interested in this.
They know I'm Canadian.
Yeah, they're like, there's an immigrant in the house. Okay. Oh my
Ice
God.
bust me. This is what this is.
Sorry,
I'm
I've
outta
been
here.
wired this whole time. I didn't want to tell you this soon.
I have my green card.
I thought we
I
could
have
get
my
to the
green card.
Twitter questions at least.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I got the voice by goofing around with my friend who kind of naturally talked like that. John Cryos Gaming. He's blew up now. He's a big gamer.
Yeah.
But he would always like talk like a bro, and he'd be like, oh, and I would do that with him. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like when your friend does something funny and you just start doing it with them,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's like your thing with him. And
Yep.
then I started doing that with him constantly, and he was vaping, and then I would eventually take hits of his vape, and I was just like, oh, this is hilarious. Like
Yeah.
so stupid hilarious. And I used it as something like a prop in the videos. And then I actually started vaping, and then
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When I
it's a whole other story, but
when I
that's
came
where
on
the
the
character
set
came
to
from.
do the music video with you guys, I was like, I can if this is a bit that they all vape, they're really committed to
yeah.
this fucking bit right now, because it was literally like we were in a fog machine all day long.
And we didn't have any fog machines there.
I know.
If you've seen the music
I know.
video,
Steve
it's all
literally
vape.
is just vaping on the side for the dance sequence, so that it
Funny
looks
enough-
like fog.
Correct me if I'm wrong or if you remember or not, but I think we actually had times where we were like, okay, do a big hit of vape right here and just waft it around.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it added to the fog machine that we
It
had.
looked very ominous. It looked very stylized.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where all that came from. And then the vaping just started from John as well, because
Yeah.
John ruined a lot of people. I'm blaming it on him now.
Yeah, he's an enabler
And so many people started vaping from
from your guys'
our show. I feel terrible.
Well,
But the
Yeah,
the odd time someone will say, you know what? I quit smoking and started vaping because of you guys. But there are
and you're like, I guess I feel good about that.
but there's far more people who started
Wow.
vaping from nothing from us.
That's
So
so funny.
yeah, I'm pretty proud that we're giving kids lung disease and stuff like that.
You're super committed.
You know, it's kind of like being an undercover villain.
You really are.
I'm hurting lots of people.
Well, that's yeah. Hannah, Mamrie, and I, when we first started making videos, I mean, Hannah does My Drunk Kitchen. Mamrie does a drinking video. We would do a lot of getting drunk videos,
Oh,
and so you
yeah,
get a lot
yeah.
of young kids that are like, "Oh, I took my first job, blah blah," blah, or like tell us that we're like, I don't know if this is the best behavior to be like
No.
supporting.
I'm gonna
And-
get drunk and make a Stouffer's mac and cheese.
yeah, exactly. So, but I mean, the engagement is there. People are excited about it.
Yeah, it's gone down like anything. Like I think one of our downfalls was actually how fast things grew, because then
Oh yeah.
you know when you blow up you inevitably go down, and
Yeah.
YouTube's like a roller coaster. So we're on our low with a slight upward trend right now. We're just trying to like figure it out.
Well,
But
it's also a harder space, because how long have you guys
Yeah.
been doing this now?
2 years.
2
roughly.
years, yeah. So I feel like that's the natural time that you start to plateau, or like people grow out of your content, or
Totally, yeah.
the space just keeps growing. It's so concentrated. So getting people to find you for the first time is so much harder than it used to be.
And trends recycle. Like we just gotta start making slime videos or something. I don't know.
Yeah, seriously, try it out. How do you guys come up with the narrative? So for people that don't know, it is a scripted-ish narrative, improvised narrative. So how does that happen? Do you guys have like literal storyboard meetings?
Yeah, all the time, every single day, even today. But like, it like the first few seasons, we're in like what we call our like 5th season, I think, or
dang.
an extended 4th season. But it's it used to be a lot more scripted, where we would come up with a storyline, and sometimes we would write even like dialogue and stuff like that. But now it's gotten to a point where we realize people would rather see us just go have fun and play, and then we'll talk about like that underlying storyline beforehand. We'll be like, okay, so Steve's gonna do this, and he's gonna lie about that, and then we'll go to here. So they're kind of like cues to hit throughout it, and then we just improv all between it because we just love improving and making each other laugh. So.
Yeah, you guys are on. It's really great to watch
crazy,
you guys work because it's literally like such guerrilla style.
It is, yeah.
But that's fun. So you're not like beholden to one specific script.
Yeah, it can get crazy when you don't know what to do, or you don't have you're too far gone to the improv side where you're like, what are we gonna do with the improv? And then sometimes we'll accidentally make a video that just ends up being kind of like nothing, like there was no point to it other than goofing around. But also that's kind of like the essence of YouTube, so it's nice to sprinkle in like just something that is entertaining and doesn't really have any purpose sometimes.
Totally. Have there been any episodes that went too far that didn't see the light of day?
Maybe not full videos, but I know there have been bits all the time that have to cut out. Like today I made a me Too joke that not a Me Too joke, but James kissed me on the mouth and walked away. And I was just like, I just got Me Too'd, and that I don't know if it's gonna make it. I was like, do you think like should we even put that in?
Yeah, everyone's very sensitive.
I don't even know if it's gonna be in it now, but he's like, you're fine. He's like, no, that's funny. Like the context is good and everything. But you know, we're in a place now where people are comfortable being offended by things now, which like
so comfortable.
The entertainer in me goes like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
You have to be able to laugh at everything, but then I'm learning as I'm getting older that like people do get hurt by things, and just because, you know, a lot of people can laugh at something, and it's just a tough.
It's a weird balance. It's a hard thing. And especially when you do comedy, that you're like, but I want this to me is funny, but you have to respect that like it might not be funny to someone else, or it might trigger something, and it's so hard to rationalize like that is something you need to respect instead of it's like, no, you're taking my joke away from me.
I know, because you don't want to hurt people, but at the same time, like the comedian in me makes me want to just like laugh at everything.
Totally.
Because like that, it's so much more enjoyable. Even your own like things you're insecure about, like, and I'll even get offended sometimes if somebody makes fun of something about me that like I just happen to be more emotional that day or whatever. But that doesn't mean I want to like shut everything down forever. You know what I mean? Like things have to be joked about.
Yeah, it brings lightness to it. Levity. Take the weight out of it.
That's right.
Yeah. Do you guys, because for instance, today you got kissed. You guys don't seem to have what are they called? Boundaries? Yeah, with each other.
Yes, we don't have them at all.
You don't have anything in place to like, is there a safe word? Is there something in which like you go?
I wish there was a safe word, man. No, I'm probably the one who has the least boundaries, I think. But I don't know. I think we're all on the same page. We're so on the same page that, you know, anything's game for the most part. And then I know, well, like there's still touchy things about people, and you know that like sometimes you're in that bit mode where you're going to say something that's going to, again, offend someone or something. But sometimes you do it anyways and hope that they just get it and that they're on the same page. But sometimes you're not. But for the most part, we're all on the same page. So the boundaries generally aren't there.
How do you push Steve's buttons? What are his buttons? Teach us his triggers.
That's tough. Steve is a complicated soul. He doesn't really get offended by a whole lot, I think. But
he seemed pretty chill when he was here. He's just like a workaholic, it sounds like.
He's a workaholic, you know, and I think that like he'll get frustrated if maybe if you're arguing with him, if like he believes one thing and you believe something else, and I mean, everyone gets frustrated, but that's where I notice his buttons are pushed most of all, or if someone's not. If he's bitting about something that maybe is hurting someone's feelings and they're not having it, that'll piss him off because he'll be like, come on, man, this is what we're doing. This is why we're here, which I understand both sides of, you know?
Totally. Yeah. And you guys also have your podcast now.
Yeah.
And is that you guys as you?
It's kind of just whatever. I mean, we're not going in there like with masks on.
Right.
We're just kind of.
You're not going in there in full character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We just bit. Like I pretty much just am me on the podcast, but like I'll bit or I'll go into character for a moment to, you know, engage in a bit or something. But people know that it's just like us talking. But it's a comedy entertainment podcast.
Right.
I'm using air quotes because, you know, but yeah, we go in there like knowing that maybe we're embellishing our thoughts on something, like, because I don't care about a whole lot, you know, like about like controversial topics going on.
Totally.
Like
I was gonna say how,
I mean,
like-
I can have an opinion, but like an opinion isn't enough to talk about for 10 minutes. Just be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think this person's a monster. But no, you have to like
Yeah.
to entertain your audience. You have to talk about it. So you have to embellish your opinion a bit. And
Right.
we'll do that even if it's an extreme version of what we actually feel for the podcast because it's entertaining. Otherwise,
Right.
it's like.
I was gonna say, how serious do you guys get on there? Do you get deep?
It can be, yeah. We've
Really?
gotten pretty deep. I think the last podcast, or maybe 2 podcasts ago, James and Steve got into an argument about bidding when it's hurting someone's feelings, and Steve like pushing it, and then he got
interesting.
pissed that James wasn't, like going into it. But we posted it, and it was like 20 minutes of some serious conversation. But we always we're brothers, and brothers fight, and sometimes it's cool to show that side,
Yeah, I think that's really interesting, especially because you guys are so on all the time that when you take down the walls a little bit and let people like listen and find out who you guys are and how you interact. Plus, it's just nice to watch how, like, and we talked about this a little bit with Valley Folk because they're all friends that work together, like where they draw the line and how sometimes it's really nice to see how adult, especially men, can disagree and then like rectify or reconcile afterwards. And like that's a good example, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. Like even on the podcast, like we've argued before, but we always come together and go like, guys, we love each other, like, and make up even not for the cameras. Like we've never been like, everything's great, cameras off.
Yeah.
Fucking hate you, man. Like it's
all
never
separate
like that.
trailers.
Like we usually try to figure it out. But speaking of the Valley Folk too, like I was just thinking about my perspective of like their onness as well. Like you never see the struggle of them unless maybe you're just like you hear like, oh yeah, we've been having a tough week with everything. But like generally they're on too. Like they seem like they've got it together.
Yeah, and they just really, we were just talking with Lee and Steve about it, that they just really like you guys support each other and respect each other.
Totally,
so even if
Love them.
have disagreements, they like walk it off and they know that it's not coming from a bad place.
Yeah, because you never see them really argue or fight or anything.
No. I guess sometimes little bits here and there. People get irritable, but that's what comes with
human
working
beings,
together.
the human condition.
Okay, so I asked them this. I'm curious about your perspective. What's it like been? Because you guys basically started a business together, you and your friends. So how's that been? That's got to be a huge learning curve.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is like Steve started it as like a business in which he was the boss for the first like year of it. I mean, he's still kind of like our number one guy because like the show's supposed to be about him, which but he started it and he was like the boss and he was paying us like out of his pocket with this for a while, and then sold the company to Rooster Teeth, and then we all got employed by Rooster Teeth, and it's been like the learning curve was joining Rooster Teeth because that's when we were forced to be business people.
Right.
Before it was just like friends hanging out and getting paid because like I'm giving you all my time for this YouTube channel.
Right.
Which is like ours, but it's yours, you know? And that was just like fun, but also, wasn't making a ton of money back then. So like that part wasn't hard, but I think it puts friendships in difficult positions for sure. I would say like I love them so much, but like when you work with your friends every day, it gets hard, and you're not like you're together all the time, so you butt heads more. You know what I mean? Naturally, like if you hang out with people too often, like it just gets like that. But love them to death. You know?
No, it is interesting too because you guys you want to maintain your friendships, but you have to look at what hat you're wearing at what time. Like, are we businessmen right now working together, or are we friends that love each other? And you have to be able to like kind of separate the two,
exactly,
and understand like, oh, you're not coming for me as a friend, you're coming for me from a business point of view, and I have to rectify that.
Yeah, and especially because we never really separated it in the beginning. Before it was like we're all just friends for the like majority of the peak of the success of it, we were just all friends. It wasn't really a business thing. So now that it's a business thing, it feels like, we're not at the peak anymore. So it almost feels like we're doing things wrong, even though we know we're supposed to be doing it from more of a business standpoint. So it's like conflicting as far as like, well, it was better when we were doing it as friends. We weren't in this business mode, but it has to be like this too.
Yeah, but that's also learning. Because
it's the business.
It's the business. YouTube's a business now. You guys started the same way I think we all started, which is just like I genuinely enjoy making these videos with my friends, and like if we get paid, cool. But that's a byproduct of just having fun.
Exactly.
And then you have to go, oh no, but now this is my job, and I need to consider it my job, and it takes some of the fun away. And then when you lose numbers or subscribers or whatever, then you're like, what am I doing wrong? Oh, because in my head a little bit too much about the business side of things that I'm not enjoying it as much anymore.
Especially being on a production schedule too. Like it's just like
what's your production schedule like? Because you guys churn out content.
So we're filming 6 videos a week and a podcast, I think. So it's just like, it's a lot. Like even in the peak of it, when it was like not as stressful, it's because we were, filming when the inspiration hits, and that's
Right.
when it's best to film. But when you need to force inspiration, it's a little harder. But like,
Yeah.
I'm learning from the great people at Funhouse and like Bruce has been like just really good with like understanding that you can push it and you can get it out and you can decide to enjoy it and not be bummed out or not bummed out, but like burnt out.
Yeah.
Like you can push past the burnout and just be like, he's like, you just got to enjoy it. You just got to like force yourself to actually enjoy it. He's
Yeah.
like, change your mindset and enjoy it. Enjoy what that idea, even if you're not a big fan of it. He's like, just enjoy it. You
He
get
sounds
to
like
do
a great
that.
life coach.
He is a great
Yeah.
life coach. He's our boss and our life coach.
Yeah. Is this a self-imposed production schedule? Like, did you guys decide on 6 episodes a week? Plus a
No,
podcast?
that we have to do. We have like that deadline, but we're in the office 9 to 6 every single day.
Damn.
Well, 5 days a week, like normal people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure if we could choose to do things a little differently, but that just seems like if we're doing that, then we'll be on the right track. Whereas
Yeah.
we don't want to like slack in any way.
Yeah, and I guess
know?
it doesn't give you time to overanalyze anything because you have to turn out content. So it's just literally improving, saying yes to ideas and like making shit.
Exactly.
I used to be that way. To be so young and
You are.
enthusiastic.
You have this podcast,
It's all I got left, Clayton.
I love podcasts though.
Me too. No, they're super fun.
So
okay.
fun.
Speaking of things that podcasts do, we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we have more questions for Clay, aka Kib.
Hi, that's both of my names.
Not too deep.
Support for today's show comes from Cokatopia. After a long day, it's nice to unwind and enjoy some me time. And what better way to do that than with a delicious dark chocolate truffle from Cokatopia? It is creamy, chocolatey, delicious, and now you can indulge in delicious chocolate without the sacrifice on calories because the dark chocolate truffle is only 40 calories. You heard me. That's 45% fewer calories than Lindt. Plus, it has less fat and less sugar, too. It's the perfect treat after a meal, during a girls' weekend gathering, or paired with a glass of wine. Ready to try for yourself? Visit Cokatopia.com and enter the promo code GRACE at checkout to get 50% off your first order. Make sure you type the code in all caps. That's COCOTOPIA.com and enter promo code GRACE at checkout to get 50% off your first order. Indulge without the guilt.
Not too deep.
This episode, Not Too Deep, is brought to you by Brewmate. Whatever your taste in beer, wine, or spirits, Brewmate makes sure every sip is the perfect temp. Brewmate's stylish, insulated drinkware is designed to keep your favorite beverages ice cold all day. And guys, I got a hologram flask from Brewmate, and I'm living my best life. I don't mean to alarm you, but I'm living in 3019 because it's got a bejeweled top to it. And yes, it does keep my Tito's very, very cold. I can't believe that, I'm 33 and thriving, and I'm sorry that you guys haven't gotten on my level, but you can. Don't settle for warm alcohol. Chill out with your favorite drinks all day long with Brewmate. Visit brewmate.com and add code GRACE to get 15% off your first order. That's 15% off your first order when you go to brumate.com and add code GRACE. Where'd the music side come from? Because that's when you guys reach out. You're like, will you be in this music video? I was like, you guys make music? Hey?
Yeah, I remember. So yeah, I remember you were in that, right?
Yeah.
But for me, music's just been in my life forever. And Steve, I think it's been in him forever, but he's explored it throughout his YouTube world. Like he's always kind of like back in the day tinkering and he made like digital music. And then now we're making like, pop punk with a little bit of digitally stuff. But yeah, we've just kind of always been musicians.
Yeah. Are you guys creating like a full album? Or is it just like songs here and there?
We're doing singles, but we're on like somewhat of a schedule for it. We're trying to release a song like at least once a month.
Okay.
And do a music video for it as well. Music video. But we're thinking about doing an album. We're just trying to first just make stuff and get to the point where we're like comfortable making music and we like where we're at with it. Cause right now we're just kind of like getting better every song.
That's great.
But eventually.
That's cool. And it's also great to diversify so you don't feel like beholden to just doing the same like types of
And it boosts your
videos.
motivation, when you get to do something new.
Totally. Okay, the funny thing too that I noticed about all of you, maybe not James, that you're all married?
Yeah.
Is James married too?
No, James has a girlfriend who he's been with for a while.
Okay.
Steve's engaged to be married soon, and I'm married. Yeah.
How was your wedding?
It was amazing.
When
it was
was
fun.
it?
It was December 1st,
This last year?
2017.
Oh, 2017.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I love it. I love being married. It's like the greatest thing of all time, truly.
Have you always wanted to be married?
Yeah. Oh my God. I've always been such a romantic. Like as a kid, I was like, I'll never find the girl that I can just sit with and watch Netflix and laugh and who gets my jokes and stuff. But like just randomly found Sammy Joe. Getting a phone call and turning it off. It's Zaragoza. Should we answer?
Sure. Answer. It's Steve. I'm sure he's calling for a reason.
Steve Zaragoza, you're on Grace's podcast.
Uh-oh.
Steve?
Is this a butt dial?
Is this a butt dial? God, I hope this is a butt dial.
This is for sure a butt dial.
Oh, yeah. Talk to you later, Steve.
I was going to say, we can get all of their ideas.
How rude of me to answer that on the podcast.
No, I loved it. I thought he was actually definitely calling because I told him that you were going to be here. And
he knew it.
That's so funny. How did you meet your wife?
We met through the show, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Steve knew her from, I don't know how he knew her for like a little bit, mutual friend or something. And then we casted her to play my girlfriend on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like my Tinder date.
Oh my God.
And then I was like, wow, I just need to know this girl. She's so cool. Like she got everything. She enjoyed it all. She was super beautiful and I wanted to know her. And then I just started messaging her.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you slid
we should
into
go on a
DMs.
date. Yeah, exactly. I was like, hey, we should go see a movie or something. She doesn't really like movies though. But she was like, sure.
Oh, that's very funny.
Yeah.
So how long did you guys date before you got married?
We were together for, I want to say 6 months before being married. It was a quick marriage. Yeah.
Wow. What was the decision?
Happens in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
The decision was that we loved
needed
each
a
other.
green card.
I mean, it was like, it wasn't just for the green card. We loved each other and wanted to be together forever. And the green card thing was just like, it had to happen for us to be together.
Oh, okay.
And we wanted to, and we wanted to get married, so we did.
Wanting to get married is a great reason to get married.
Exactly. Yeah.
I've heard.
And it's been like, it's going on 2 years of being together.
Amazing.
Soon in July sometime.
Cool.
Sammy Joe's gonna get mad at me for not remembering it. But
what was the first?
I'm sorry, babe.
What was the first date like?
It was amazing. It was one of those dates that you're like, oh wow. You know,
you're like,
you've been on one of those dates before where you're like, wow,
I gotta lock this down.
Yeah, exactly. I have to marry her in 6 months.
Yeah.
You know?
In exactly
that's what
months.
I was thinking too. And it was just unreal. Like we just did all the classic romantic things and stayed up till like 2 a.m. at Santa Monica Pier on the beach on one of those lighthouses.
Oh, that's cute as shit.
And took her out to dinner. Or yeah, I think I took her out to dinner that day. But on the night I proposed, I reenacted that date. And we also met Ed Sheeran that night at the restaurant at Boa. Isn't that wild? And I was
you
like,
hired Ed Sheeran to show up at the restaurant?
I mean, yeah, that's what I did, man.
That's when Sugar Pine was doing real well. You had a lot of pull.
Exactly, yeah. Ed was like, love your music, mate. We haven't made any yet, Ed. Yeah, but I can feel it. I can feel it's coming, you know?
That's so cool. It was a sign. If Ed Sheeran walks in on your night that you're proposing, then you're going to be together forever.
It's like certain things do feel like signs. Like you'll be like, wow. Solidifying it right now.
Yeah, the guy that sings like the most romantic songs in our present day in pop culture. What did you guys do for Steven's birthday? Was this recent?
Steve didn't tell anyone about his birthday this year.
Really?
Yeah. As someone who's known him almost the longest, I just didn't know his birthday. I don't think he remembers mine. I just forgot. But he hid it from us.
On purpose.
On purpose. And we found out at the end of the day because he got a phone call from his parents when we were at like a cafe in Toluca Lake. And he's like, oh, thanks so much. Yeah, it's been good. And I was like, my heart sank. And I looked over at James and I was like, is it Steve's birthday? And he's like James made no emotion to his face. He just looked over at me and went,
oh no.
And then I went, fuck. And then we're like, happy birthday, dude.
Hey,
and he's like, oh, thanks. Yeah.
We've been waiting all day to say it to you.
And I was just really hoping that it wasn't one of those moments that were like, now you remember? How did you fucking guys forget my birthday? My best friends forgot my fucking birthday. And I always hope people remember my birthday, but
yeah.
You know, Steve just hates celebrating it. That's why he
hates celebrating himself.
Hates it.
Okay.
Hates it
That's
entirely.
So interesting for someone that's like
on YouTube
camera,
and wants every single person in the world to see him. Yeah. It is very weird. It's very conflicting. I want everyone to celebrate my birthday. But I don't even know.
What's like the most regretful night you guys have had together?
Regretful night.
Or the best one. Sometimes those go hand in hand.
The best night. Wow, we've had a lot of cool nights. I don't think we've had a regretful night.
Good for you.
There is a regretful night that I can't say yet. Maybe in like 5 years on a podcast.
Get some space from it.
But we've not done too much crazy stuff.
That's good.
But we just had a lot of great nights. Like when we used to party all the time, we had great nights. We had great nights. Recently, we went to the Comedy Store. That was a great night. That was one of our great nights. It was great.
Did you just go or did you guys perform?
We just went to see the stand-ups and there was this guy, Jamar Neighbors, that was really funny.
Cool.
And then I went again the next day. But yeah, we have a lot of good nights.
That's very sweet.
One day when I'm ready to tell crazy stories, I'll come back on the podcast
You're
and be
a
like,
businessman
all right,
now.
this is what fucking happened. Yeah.
I get you. No, there's Hannah Mimra and I have had a handful of regretful nights that we don't like to talk about.
Some, yeah, that you're just not.
We're just like, this will bring up bad feelings.
If I had more time to think about it, I'm sure there was ones that I could. Oh, there is one I could tell, but it doesn't involve Steve.
That's okay.
That
was the biggest regret.
Yeah, it doesn't involve Steve. I wish it did. There was this one time. I'll just get right down to it. But I went to a Canadian casino in Quebec, and a woman like very quickly bought me drinks, brought me to a strip club, and then to her house. And my friend was there with me, and I was making love to her upstairs. Wasn't love. I just didn't want to be like, I was fucking her upstairs. And then my friend was downstairs, and he was stealing her jewelry, and I didn't know this. And I
my God!
So I after being upstairs, came downstairs and saw him hunched over, rooting through her fucking shit.
Oh my God.
And he had jewelry and CDs in his hand.
He couldn't decide.
And at this point, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And he turns around and he's like, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God.
And I was like, she wanted you to go upstairs and have sex with her, dude. What are you doing? You're robbing her. She's getting fucked twice, but you're not doing anything. And then with my shirt and most of my clothes off, we ran down the street. We ran away. And then my brother grabbed a bottle of her wine that was there. Like,
wow, you guys really pillaged.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did your friend have a history of kleptomania before?
No. Okay. He was a good dude.
He was in the moment.
He still is a good dude. You know, I haven't talked to him in a while, but he's a good dude.
He's in jail now.
Yeah, he's actually in Guantanamo Bay. He's crazy.
That's so nuts. Well, that does sound like a regretful night.
Well, let's just say it's Steve that was there.
Yeah, Steve was
My
stealing
brother
jewelry.
Steve was there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He loves CDs, turns out.
Yeah, CDs. That was the other thing. I was like, the jewelry, if as someone who was gonna steal, understandable.
Yeah.
The CDs? What do you think it's on it, man? Videos of her showing her credit cards?
Yeah.
Like,
here's my social security number. That's very funny. And also there's something desperate about someone stealing CDs that I'd be like, yeah, just take them. You need these more than I do, I guess.
Sorry. I loved Blue's Clues season 4. Come on. And DVDs. This wasn't the 90s or early 2000s.
That's so
obsolete.
Funny. Has Steven ever made you cry? For better or worse?
I don't think so, but maybe he hurt my feelings and I thought about it one time, but like,
is he sentimental? He seems a little like
usually no.
a lovable robot.
Yeah, he's a robot.
Yeah.
No, he's not. But he can get sentimental. You get those moments with him once in a while. Like if we're driving around having a good time, both in a good mood. It needs to be like a perfect formula, I think, for us to like, you know, if someone's like stressed about work, it's not going to happen or whatever. And same with me. So it's like, but if we're on the right zone and we're just driving around or something and put a song on that reminds us of when we lived together in Toluca Lake, we'll be like, I love you, bro.
Oh, the nostalgia.
You're my best friend. And then we'll be like, you're my best friend, bro. And then we're like, all right, let's get out of the car now. It's been too nice.
We can't have things
Let's go back to being robots in the office.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you ever participate in school talent shows? Because you guys have this, your character participates in a talent show, right?
My character participates in a talent show. I forget. We've done so many videos.
I know. I can't. Trust me. When people come up and they say something to me that's
Remember
completely
that video
out of context,
No.
or like a phrase that I'm like, what?
From one video
and
that didn't really do.
Back there,
Yeah.
you did it in like 2011. I'm like, I bet I said that.
Yeah. Yes. Take care now. What was the question? Sorry.
Talent shows
in real life?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done some talent shows. In high school, I did talent shows and like musical theater and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, that's about it. Didn't go to college, so
sweet.
Don't really have talent shows there, right?
Yeah. What was your talent? Singing?
It was no, actually, the talent shows I performed in, I was like a bass player or a drummer for a band at the time.
Okay.
Because I just didn't have the confidence to do solo stuff.
Cool.
You know, I was a little like weird kid with long Justin Bieber hair at the time.
What are the fan interactions like for you
When
guys?
we meet people like on streets and stuff.
Yeah.
Really, I am very grateful to meet anyone who supports us. So I'm just always like, I'm always amazed. It happens like decently frequently in LA if
Really?
we go out. Yeah,
Because
oddly
you guys
enough.
shoot like all over the place, right?
We do, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even just by a Starbucks or something, like two Marines came up to us the other day, literally 2 days ago. Marines, yeah. They were young guys, yeah. I'm not even making it up. They were like, no, they weren't Marines. They were gamers.
Yeah.
But they came up to us and I'm just like, wow, it's so nice to see you guys. How's going on? I want to give them a good interaction.
Right.
I don't know if that's like a thing because I'm thinking about it, like if I even should be, but like I think about shit like that where I'm like, I'm grateful and I want to make sure that you get out of this what you wanted.
Yeah.
Because I know what it's like to be, I'm a fan of so many people and when they're good to me and I go home and I'm like, that was fucking awesome, man. It makes me feel so good.
Yeah, you want to believe people are good. And so when you meet them and they actually are good, then it's like, oh, I believe in humanity.
I want to crush the don't meet your idols thing.
Oh, yeah,
not that I was their idols, but your heroes thing. I want to crush that. And if I'm ever anyone's hero and they meet me, I want to be like, I'm awesome.
Good for you. That's a fun mission statement. Yeah, have you ever like fanboyed over someone?
Oh, yeah.
Like who?
I was a fan of YouTube before I got into it. So like every YouTuber, I would say, I mean, even still now, if it's like someone who is somewhat of a peer, but still bigger, and I haven't met them yet, I still get excited because like you're meeting someone who's doing something awesome. Yeah. So like that excites me. Totally. So like, who did I fan over?
Or is there someone you haven't met yet that you know that you would?
Totally. Yeah. Oh, I remember one. So Kyle Mooney.
Oh, we went to, he's great.
We went to Nick. Do you know Nick? By
Nick
chance?
Rutherford?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we went to, I think, it was Nick's birthday party and Kyle was there and we knew he was going to be there too.
So you're already pre-planning like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, so just like having conversations.
Yeah, he's
I didn't
so
even say like
nice.
I'm a big fan. I was just like, just conversing in whatever way it worked. But in my head, I'm like, this is amazing.
I'm losing my mind.
This is amazing.
And he's so like low key and chill in person. He's not like a crazy character that you almost, I've been in social situations with him like a couple times and I'm usually way more drunk than he is in the situation. And I have to remind myself that like, he's being chill. I'm being a little aggressive right now. I gotta calm down.
Isn't that crazy? But then some of me like, I feel like that because we always used to be a lot and we still are a lot, but like we used to be way more hyper around people too, whether it's being uncomfortable and that's how we feel we can get people to like us. Sure. I don't know, never really dove into it. But yeah, I think that we've like chilled out more, but even then I still think about it and I'm like, can I just be me? Like, should I just be me and be hyper and enjoy myself? Or do I need to like suppress my craziness for them who I want to like me? So like you think about that and you're like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I should.
I'm just all over the place in my head about all of this.
Right? I fucked you up now from this. You're like, what am I going to do?
What's your improv background?
Zero. Just
really?
Zero. Yeah, I haven't taken any classes or anything like that. Yeah, I just have music background from like I took guitar lessons for 2 months and then I already knew how to play everything, so they were just teaching me songs I didn't know. I just kind of could do things.
Okay.
I just enjoyed doing it, and if you enjoy doing it, you'll do it so much more than the average person, and then you end up getting good at something comparatively, you know? So, yeah.
Speaking of music, what's like a Sugar Pine song that gets stuck in your head the most? If there is one. How many have you guys made so far?
I think 6 or 7. Yeah. Cool. And we have one coming out pretty soon. But I think they periodically get stuck on my head. Like right now, My Type is stuck in my head. Everybody knows my type. Because Steve's just like a maniac with creating these like melodies and instrumentals. But it'll get stuck in my head as we're making it and for a month after. Yeah. And then it's just that the latest song will be stuck in my head, I think. Yeah. You guys have been doing live shows, right? Yeah, we'll be doing our second one pretty soon. Oh, cool. And how'd it go? How'd the first one go? The first one went great. Yeah? It was awesome. Yeah. Nice. It was so much fun. We were really nervous. Yeah. We just went out there, filmed it, and we plan to do the same, you know. Cool. What's the format of it? We're working on it. But the first one, format-wise, was to just go out and kind of have it be less planned. Like that was kind of our shtick, but that's
Keep it
also
loose.
like an excuse too to not
work on it.
not work on
Yep,
it.
I know that
but
game.
like people kind of expect that from us too. Like we're kind of a mess, you know. We're the
They don't want to see a polished show.
exactly. We're
Yeah.
trying to polish this one, but in general, we're gonna go out there and bit a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like as if it's like a kind of like a play in the beginning for the first 5 minutes, and then
Cool.
roll into a music video, and then come out and introduce everybody, and then just kind of talk and goof and gaff and do music in
Sweet.
between. You know.
Because how big is the quote like cast right now?
There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 7 of us.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And have you all been cast
6 or
in
7.
this, or was this like friends joining?
In the live shows,
Yeah, or on the
or
show.
you mean the show in
Yeah.
general? No, I think technically, like we consider like our editors part of the show too, because like they're in the shows
Right,
and we
right,
love them,
right.
and they're like our best friends at the office and everything. So technically, the editors got casted. Like we hired Autumn originally. Like she's not with
Okay.
us anymore, but originally she was. We hired her to edit for the show, so that's kind of like bringing it on. Same with Vicky, she was hired on, but it really just, I guess. James Allen McCune, he was in the Blair Witch, the newer one.
Oh,
so
really?
we found out that he knew of us somehow or something,
Okay.
and we were just like amazed by that. And then we're like, "Oh, come on the show." And then
Yeah.
he was just like a guest character, and then we had him on more frequently and more frequently.
Oh,
so
that's
no one was
fun.
really cast; they just kind of became
Yeah,
into the
it's
show. You know?
organic.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty
Mhm.
much organic.
What are the upcoming plans? Are you guys adding more people?
We're not really planning to add more people, other than like guests and stuff like that. Like
Sure.
we'd love to collaborate with new people because they're not used to us, and it's so fun to like be crazy around people who don't like are not ready for it.
Oh yeah, the first time I
You know?
was around all of you guys, I was just like,
Whoa.
what is going? I left tired.
See these bags? I leave tired every day.
I know. I can't believe you guys have such stamina for it that I'm like, I can't keep up. I
Yeah,
can't.
it's crazy. But
Who's
just-
a dream guest that you guys haven't had on yet?
Ooh, dream guest. We probably all have different ones, but right now I know we're trying to have Dylan Francis.
Oh,
the
he's a
DJ.
DJ.
Yeah, 'cause
he's
he-
really funny on Twitter.
Yeah, he's super funny, right?
Yeah, Diane introduced me to him, and he does bits all the time. I had no idea.
Yeah, so he like follows Steve, and Steve tweeted at him saying like, "Hey, will you
Oh, that's great.
DJ my wedding and be on our podcast?" And he's like, "How about both?" And so we're like, let's get him on there.
What a treat!
Exactly.
Wait, when is Steve's wedding?
His order, I have no idea. I think it's
Oh.
gonna be in the summer though.
Do you have plans of are you guys best men?
I imagine James and I will be best man. I think that's what we talked about. But Steve also asked me, hey, Steve, also asked me to be his best man in a really nice, sweet moment getting sushi one time. And then he told me Brett was going to be his, from Cow Chop was going to be his best man. And that really hurt my feelings. And then now, to not hurt anyone's feelings, he's going to make both James and I his best man, I think. So
This
that's
is
what
all,
happened.
Hearsay right now.
That's what happened.
We're gonna follow this saga and see where it goes. Okay,
Exactly. Turning it away.
What is your plan as a best man? I mean, it's really far in the future.
I don't even know. What do best men do? I've never been a best man before.
They like get the groom drunk, but like not
Oh.
too drunk before.
Before the wedding?
Yeah,
They
at
get
least-
drunk?
yeah. I mean,
didn't get
I've
drunk
seen it
for
happen.
mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for you. Well,
I didn't
now
know you were
can-
supposed to.
You have time to make up for it with Steve's.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna get drunk for his wedding.
Well, you have to
Go
give
get him, buddy.
I'm drinking for 2 weddings today.
Exactly.
Are you going to give a speech?
I think if the opportunity arose, for sure,
I
I'd
think
give
that-
a speech. Is that what we do? Is that what best men are supposed to do?
You can do whatever you want. I've never been a groomsman before.
I'll probably have to talk to Alyssa about it because she's mostly
Yeah,
planning. I'm like,
it's
hey,
her day,
do you want us to do
so-
like a thing? It is her day.
Yeah. So, but I think you guys should at least do some sort of choreographed dance.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
And film it. We
Yeah.
should do something like those fucking wedding videos where they like all walk up to like
Yeah.
a non-traditional song and everyone's going
Yep.
up. We'll do something like that.
I think that'd be super fun.
Just some Snoop Dogg song.
Oh, please. Okay, we're going to take one more quick break. And when we get back, we have a bunch of Twitter questions for you. So we'll be right back with Not Too
do
Deep.
it.
Not too too deep.
Support for today's show comes from Bare Minerals, creators of clean beauty. Purity in formulation and uncompromising performance have always been the guiding principles of Bare Minerals because they believe that makeup and skincare should make your skin better, not just better looking. This has been the Bare Minerals philosophy since they began the clean beauty revolution in 1995 with their best-selling Original Foundation, which offers creamy, lightweight, buildable coverage that's naturally luminous. The clean formula is made with only 5 good for skin ingredients, all minerals, including non-chemical SPF protection, makeup so pure you can sleep in it, and it actually improves your skin over time. It's everything your skin needs and nothing it doesn't. For Bare Minerals, to be clean without compromise means good for skin formulas with proven performance like every Bare Minerals product. It's 100% cruelty-free. Better yet, both the original and matte loose powder foundations are available in 30 shades. Upgrade to clean beauty products. Use the foundation finder at bareminerals.com to find your perfect match. First-time customers will get 15% off when you use the promo code NOT2DEEP. That's bareminerals.com. Promo code NOT2DEEP for 15% off your first purchase. Bare Minerals, the power of good.
Not too deep.
This episode of Not Too Deep is brought to you by the OkCupid dating app. OkCupid is the only dating app that finds you someone based on who you are and what you're into. The OkCupid dating app asks you fun and meaningful questions that matter to you so you can be seen by the people who are going to be into you. From questions like, would you pay an extra $5 for guac, to are you close to your family, or did you vote in the last election? You'll see tons of answers that lead to great conversations and great dates with people who feel the same way that you do. Tell people about your favorite album, your last great trip, your favorite podcast, and let the love roll in on OkCupid dating app. Whether you're looking for that person to join you on a long walk on a beach or a short walk to the pool bar, my preferred type of walk, they are waiting for you on the OkCupid dating app. Be yourself and enjoy all the awesome people like you who want to meet you on the OkCupid dating app. Download the free OkCupid dating app to find your next great date today. Okay, before we get into the Twitter questions, I'm going to ask you the 2 questions I ask every guest that's on the podcast. And the first is, who alive or dead would you most want to throw cold spaghetti at?
Cold spaghetti at?
Yeah.
I want to throw cold spaghetti at Hitler.
There you go. Okay.
Not bad, right?
Yeah, we've gotten that answer.
What is this? It's cold spaghetti, bitch.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Everyone would love to see that happen.
Yeah.
Okay, and the other question is to tell us your worst pants shitting story or close call, but you can only use 3 words or 3 small phrases. So mine is college, jogging, front lawn.
Oh,
Yeah.
That is very descriptive, even though there's
Yep.
only 3 words.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have like a timer? Can I think about
You
it?
can think about it. It can be a close call situation too. It can be a
Oh, I remember.
Okay. You went back through your Rolodex of
Yeah.
memories.
Laughing, shorts, ball.
Okay, well, no follow-up questions there.
Is it understandable?
Oh,
Can you envision it?
I can. What kind? Are we talking about a sports ball?
No, ball of.
Ball. Oh, okay.
Yeah, laughing, shorts, ball.
Oh.
Young as well.
Wow, what a visual.
But not young enough for that to be okay. Just so you know. It was embarrassing.
Okay, let's get into these Twitter questions. Someone says, I love Beyond the Pine, and sometimes you guys talk about films on there, and I love listening because I also love films. You guys inspired me to start creating. Would you guys ever consider a separate channel to review films in depth, or just stick it to the podcast?
I don't think we make a second channel for like a podcast film thing. We did talk about that a little while ago, and I was like, with YouTube's algorithms, I think they're favoring like new channels that have instantly a lot of views, and if we brought views over to a new channel, maybe it would get pushed in the algorithm. And I was like, brain blast.
Yeah.
But I think we're just trying to make this channel work first,
Yeah.
But yeah, guess that's all. We almost made another show for it.
Yeah, do any of you guys make content on your individual channels?
Yeah, I recently, I'm on like the 5th episode, but I have a podcast now called Grandmaster Pod.
Cool.
And
What's
it's like
it about?
a dojo. It's just about whatever. It's a solo podcast. I just
Wait,
talk.
you talk by yourself?
Like a crazy person. Yeah. I sit in my house and I have a ficus to the right of me. And I drink a cold brew and I just talk.
About anything that comes to mind.
Yep. Stories, what I'm doing.
Topical?
Funny things. Yeah. If there's something funny to talk about, I'll talk about it. Or something that's just like, if I see a viral video video from 10 years ago,
Right.
I'll just talk about it and like show it and laugh about it and make fun of it.
It's got to be slightly cathartic and therapeutic. Just
It
to
is so,
get it all out
you
there.
know what it does? It makes me remember my life more, because I have a
true.
terrible, like, I'm very in the moment and I enjoy the moments. Like, I'm thoroughly enjoying this, and I'll remember that I was on your podcast forever.
Yeah.
Like, just every moment, I just try to enjoy it in the moment, but then I also forget it.
Same. I'm the same way that I'm like, is my brain just bad? And it's getting worse.
The answer
lately.
is yes.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to offend you, because same.
Yeah.
But it helps me weekly try to remember, what did I do this week, you know? And then I'll talk about it a little bit, like the Comedy Store stuff. Like when I went to the Comedy Store, like, such an amazing time, but I would forget it and never think about it again for 3 years unless I decided to talk about it and what I did and go through it. And that's like, it's therapeutic in that sense for me to remember my life and appreciate it.
Do you do stand up?
I'm trying to.
Are
Mike
you?
Falzone has been like a mentor to me.
Oh,
right
he
now. It's been
rules. We have to
He's
get
the
him on the podcast too.
Get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
I'll get off now. We can bring Mike in. He's amazing. He like brought me to the Comedy Store the day after I went with Steve and introduced me to everybody there. And you know, like, I already know so much about it because I've been a fan of it forever.
Right.
But it's one of those things that I'm terrified to do.
Same.
Don't know if I can write good jokes. Don't know if
Right.
I can perform them well.
Right. Because it is
And-
like a math equation that you're figuring out for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if the joke could be good, but your delivery could come off bad, and then
Right.
it doesn't work. So there's so much to figure out. And
But you haven't done it yet.
I haven't done it yet, and I desperately want to, but I'm terrified.
should.
Yeah,
Just do
I'm
it.
taking the steps. I'm learning about it. I'm going. I'm hanging out, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to write shit.
I saw Mike do stand up for the first time a couple weeks ago.
and he's so funny.
He's so good, and he's
so natural and good.
And when I think back on his set, I'm like, I think he told one joke and then just did crowd work the whole time.
Was it the dog walker one?
Yeah, yeah.
His dog walker joke. Yeah.
And then the rest of the time, it's him just like fucking with the audience, and
he
he's
doesn't
so good
piss
at
people
it.
off
No.
either. Something you told me was like, you know, a lot of people think that crowd work is like making fun of the crowd, but it doesn't have to be like that. And
No.
once the crowd realizes that you're not making fun of them by doing crowd work, you're just like laughing with them, then
Right.
they're way more open to it. You know?
Yeah, he's got a great bit of being able to like self-reflect and like self-deprecate in a balanced way, so the crowd's like, oh, okay, we're on your side.
Exactly.
Cool, you're
Yeah.
not picking on
They
us.
get him.
Yeah. Someone wants to know who has the gnarliest vape tricks.
Oh, I had the gnarliest vape tricks.
Because you guys are all.
I don't vape anymore.
You quit.
I quit a while ago, and then I couldn't really quit.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I quit, and for a month I quit, and then I would still do it randomly in the
Yeah.
office because everyone's fucking vaping around me, which is
Right.
like, it's my own thing. I know that, and I'm taking responsibility, but it made me want it more than if it just wasn't
that's
around me. It was so much more
100%.
easily accessible, you
Yeah.
know? So I was still vaping, and then the addiction was still there, and I quit, and I think I'm like 5 days
Wow.
without any nicotine whatsoever, and it's
Wow.
hard, but
So you just went cold turkey.
yeah, cold turkey, you know, the wife doesn't love it, doesn't like it, and
Yeah.
she shouldn't. Of course she shouldn't. And it's
Yeah.
amazing, but it's just tough. I don't want to be someone who is addicted to anything, because something that made me, it like resonated with me, which is something I only said to myself, but was that the amount of time when you're addicted to something that you think even subconsciously about
spend-
vaping
yep.
all day, and the time you are doing it, you could be using that time anywhere else more productively, you know? And it's
Yeah.
just a waste of time. And
Interesting.
it doesn't help me. It didn't make me funnier. It didn't make me grow as a person.
Right.
It only took away from productivity.
That's a very mature thought process to have about it.
Thanks,
there you
Grace.
go. But Steve, not gonna quit.
I don't think he's going to quit. I don't think James is going to quit either.
Yeah,
And
because it's
they
funny
said
that you
if,
guys all accidentally got addicted to it.
well, I like did it on purpose. I liked
Right.
it, and then I chose to start vape because I was vaping no nicotine when I first started with John. I was like,
Oh, really?
oh, and I was doing the vape thing just for fun. And then I was like, no, I want to feel the nicotine rush. I
Yeah.
liked that, like, whoa.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
you get addicted to it, and then they started doing it. They got accidentally addicted to it by hitting mine now and again, and got their own vapes. And then
Right.
now it's just a sad thing.
No, it's just a
Now
sad,
it's just a sad
no, it's just
thing,
a sad
Grace.
bit. Sometimes
Yeah.
bits get sad, guys.
And then, but there's a silver lining. You can quit if you
Yeah.
want to.
That's true. And you're doing it.
Yeah,
You're proof.
but they won't quit until something really bad happens to them. They said Steve's like, when I find out my health is like in rough shape from
Is
it,
fully in jeopardy.
then he'll quit, and probably
Yeah.
James too
And that's well, they'll cross those bridges when they get
when
there.
they come. And I'm avoiding it.
Yeah.
I'm swimming through the waters
There
of
you
vape.
go. Someone says big or small dogs.
Small dogs.
Small dogs.
I
Do you have
like
a
big
dog?
dogs better, but I get ripped apart for it. And you know what? It's too fucking bad, everybody. I understand, but I'm gonna get a Frenchie. Because I love them
I
and
love
they're
French
cute.
bulldogs.
And you know what? I talk to people are like, you need to adopt, and I fully support that. And I think
Yes.
in general you should, but like this dog fits my lifestyle. I want it to be healthy, you know, and someone at the because you know people say like you shouldn't get those breeds, you shouldn't support small dogs, blah blah blah. I understand it, but the breeders at this show we went to said, you know what, like what we say when people say that to us as breeders is that we're breeding these dogs because they're going to exist anyways. We're breeding them super healthy
in a humane way,
and giving them to, they don't just give them to anybody. They give them to great homes. So the breed exists and they're doing the best they can, top tier with the health of the dog and the home it goes to. And
there's thoughtfulness
I think
involved.
that there is like, it exists. So I'm going to give it an amazing home. And that's all I want. That dog's going to exist whether I get it or not. And I want to give it the best life it's got. So
that's sweet.
I'm sorry for those people who are against it.
I'm obsessed with French Bulldogs. I follow so many of them on Instagram.
Little Blue Frenchie. Have you followed that one?
No, but I follow
cute.
Frank the Funny Frenchie,
of course.
Charles Barkley.
Oh, yeah.
Or Sir Charles Barkley. I forget. Renee Charles,
Sir James
NYC.
Charles Buckley.
Yeah, yeah. There's so many. I got to a point where I had to like go through and like unfollow because it was
You're like, it's
most
all
of my
dogs
feed.
now. Yeah.
And I don't have a French bulldog, so I have a different dog.
It's starting to be offensive to the dog.
Yeah, exactly. Is there plans in the works for also?
Yes.
What, you were at a French bulldog show?
Yeah, well, it was just a dog show, but there was
fun.
an hour where they were showing French bulldogs, and we went to, because we've been researching them for like a year and found out that like you don't get a French bulldog from a breeder who's got an Instagram page or even has a website.
Oh, really?
The people you get a breeder from are these people that don't have breeds often. They're not doing it for money. They just have really healthy dogs and they're keeping that line alive, and they do it every couple of years. And you get one from a breeder like that who has like healthy, good dogs and doesn't give them to anybody, you know, and you have to like find
do your
them.
research. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't even find them online. Like you have to like go meet them at a dog show or something.
Jeez.
At least
So
that's what I know right now.
So when are you acquiring said Frenchie?
The latest I would say is Christmas, this coming
Okay.
Christmas, because that's when there's time off to spend time with it, you know?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you have a name in mind already?
We do. Yeah, it actually already has an Instagram and we don't even have it yet. Sammy Joe made it 2 days ago. Odie, but spelled O-T, like O-A-T-I-E, meal. Like oatmeal, Odie meal.
Oh, that's very
Odie.
cute.
Odie the Frenchie.
That's very cute.
Very cute.
Okay, I will go follow and just wait.
You don't need to. Don't go follow it right now or perhaps
just put
for a
a
long time.
countdown clock on there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's actually, the picture is of a like an achievement not unlocked yet. So it's the dog, but it's a silhouette of the dog and you can't see it.
That's very funny.
Because we haven't opened it yet. We haven't gotten the achievement.
Someone says pros and cons of your new Miata.
Ooh, you know I have I thought you knew I had a Miata for a
Nope.
second. I was like, you know I have a Miata? I love my car. Pros and cons. Pros, everything, it's awesome. It's great. I get to be with the top down. When you're in LA, like I need the sun. It fuels me. If I'm in the dark too long, I get depressed. And so many pros. It's fun. It's parking's easy.
Yeah.
You get the sun. It's pretty good on gas. Cons, I'm over 6 foot, dude.
Oh yeah,
and that
that's
car's fucking small. So it fucking sucks sometimes, you
if
know?
you're stuck in traffic for that long.
Or if you're driving to San Diego?
Yeah.
Ouch, dude. It's comfortable, but not that comfortable for someone of my size.
How long have you had it?
6 months now, I want to say.
Fun.
Yeah,
What color?
It's cool. It's gunmetal gray and it has gunmetal gray
sleek.
rims with a cherry red soft top.
Whoa, very
Mwah.
classy.
Thanks. I thought so too. Like I didn't just want to get like a hot red one
No.
with like a black top.
You don't wanna be
I
that
wanted to look
asshole.
like I had a way better car than it really is.
There you go.
Because it's not that expensive, really. It's just cool.
Someone wants to know worst hair choice they've made in their past that they wish they could undo.
Like my worst hair choice.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's hard to say that I want to take something back because it led you to where you are now. You know,
Sure.
I used to have the long Bieber flow, but
Really?
maybe choice of color. One time in like the 8th grade, I dyed my hair black, but did it from home with my mom, who's not a hairdresser, and then it turned gray.
Oh.
And I was the youngest old man with Bieber hair to ever exist.
That's amazing.
And it was like black for one day, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm
so emo.
I'm so goth and emo or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it just went green, and like sort of like a greenish, bluish green, and then gray. And I was gray for so long.
For how long?
Weeks and weeks and weeks.
Your mom
until,
pranked you.
Yeah.
So hard.
Yeah. And now I got to get her back.
Someone wants to know what's the. There's still time.
I haven't got her back yet.
What's the best inspiration when it comes to bits or music or anything really?
Everyone's inspiration's different, you know? Like for me, with music, what inspires me to like write and just get into it is watching live performances of the bands that I like, and then watching interviews and hearing them talk, and that just like fires me the fuck up.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I just can jump right into it, especially with a coffee too. Like,
Yeah.
caffeined
That
out
caffeine.
and inspired. With comedy, stand-up has been a big, like watching stand-up of people I really like,
Yeah.
podcasts from comedians that I really like.
Yeah, what are
Just,
your go-tos?
I love Tiger Belly. I love
What's
Theo
that?
Von.
Oh,
Tiger Belly?
yeah, yeah.
That's Bobby Lee and Kalila. Do you know who Bobby Lee is?
Oh, I know Bobby Lee, yeah.
Yeah,
But I've never
he's-
listened to the podcast.
That man is just like funny to his core.
Yeah.
So funny. His podcast is amazing. He's got great people on it. So like Tiger Belly, Theo Von, Joe Rogan
yeah.
now and again, but he's a little boring. And Chris D'Elia, his is hilarious. He's a big inspiration.
I've been told, yeah, I got to listen to his.
I've been listening to his stuff for years. He's just so funny.
Yeah.
He's a really funny dude. He's
He's
like
really
confidently
great.
funny, and not many people can pull that off without looking like a dick.
a total.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he and Anthony Jeselnik, I feel like, have similar energy that way.
I never heard of him. Anthony Jeselnik?
Jeselnik, if you want to see someone do amazing crowd work, he is like a fucking shark. And he's
Really?
so patient.
With a
and
made up name
slow.
like that? With a made
Right?
up last name like
Yeah,
that?
I know.
Jeselnik?
Jeselnik.
check
Jizz
him
on your
out.
neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
I'm sure he's heard that before too.
Oh, 100 billion times. Someone wants to know, how far does a bit go before someone breaks? Do you guys ever get mad at each other for breaking?
No, never.
Yeah.
Breaking is like, if you can make your friend break
Yeah, that's the
after
goal.
after trying to make them laugh every single day for 2 years,
Yeah.
then you won. Then that's a good bit.
Yeah.
I actually want to leave more breaking in the actual videos because we don't, but breaking, it's my favorite thing to make them break.
It's also just such a
my
good.
goal.
It's like verbal consent that what you're doing is good.
Exactly.
And then also, I think
reassuring.
it's like a verbal cue for people watching it. That,
Yeah,
like they
exactly.
know where the
yeah, like a
jokes
laugh
are.
track. The
Yeah.
whole reason there's a laugh track, but it's like genuine too.
Who
So
breaks the most out of you guys?
I think James probably breaks the
Oh,
most.
really?
James, and then Steve, and then me.
Oh, interesting. James, I would peg as someone that was more stoic in that
That's
sense.
his character, but he is stoic, but he loves to laugh.
Yeah.
and he gets the humor, and so making him, he just like, he'll, if something's funny, he'll just laugh. You know,
Yeah.
he'll burst out laughing.
That's great.
Yeah.
Someone says, can we expect another big project soon, like The Woods? I would love to see more short films and such from y'all.
Actually, we were pleasantly surprised, but we were
You're good.
encouraged to start when we have free time to work on another short film. So
Oh, cool.
it's just finding the time, and with the grind, which is the lamest thing in the world, but it does sometimes feel like a grind.
It
Even
is,
though we
yeah.
get to do the greatest thing in the fucking world, and how dare I,
No,
say
you're
it's
not.
a
You don't have
grind.
to
But,
rationalize it. It's literally, you guys are grinding. You're working 9 to 5.
and it's
every
fun,
day.
but like it takes a toll creatively, because you use all your creative juices, then you have none left for your side project, your side
Totally.
piece, your side hoe.
Would you, yeah, for that sweet side honey? Would the short be you guys as your characters? Or would it be something totally
No,
different?
We want to challenge ourselves, you know what I
Cool.
mean? So like when we did The Woods, and that was fun, but we're still like toned down versions of ourselves for
Right.
sure. And funny enough, I actually wasn't supposed to be called Kib, but
Oh, really?
I was we decided it was going to be Clay, but then someone forgot to change Kib in the script to Clay last minute. So everyone's script just said Kib instead of
that's
Clay.
funny.
And I was like, I didn't want to be Kib in this, man. But yeah, we want to try to do something different. You know?
Cool. That's
Yeah.
exciting. That's ominous.
Something that's got
Vague.
comedy this time, though,
Okay.
because I feel like when you are known for something, you should have, for your first few projects anyways, you should
Yeah.
have an essence of what people already like you for.
Totally.
So that it's more approachable for your audience.
And then you don't want someone to get let down and then assume that everything moving forward is going to be without
Exactly.
comedy. Someone wants to know, are you going to release any solo music?
Yeah, I've been saying that I'm gonna for the longest time, and yes, I am going to. I just need time. I need time and the motivation, but I absolutely will in the next few
Cool.
months. I definitely will. I'll
These
hold myself
this
to it.
year is going to get very exciting, you guys.
Do you hear that?
Someone wants to know, what are you glad you changed about yourself since starting SP7?
I've become more confident in
Really?
myself, and I've like found myself more. I'm still finding myself, but yeah, SP7 has really helped me just like grow as
Yeah.
a person and become the person I want to be. But also like there's negatives too with like,
Sure.
doing things, but I found the things that I like about myself, and I found the things I don't like about myself and
Cool.
myself. There's multiple of me.
Yep.
And I want to just like work on the things I like and try to eliminate some of the things I don't like. And I'm sure that will benefit myself in the future.
Yeah. What's coming up in the future for you guys?
We want to hopefully just like revitalize get our show to a more stable place so that we have more leniency with time to be able to do other projects. But music is our big thing right now, where we're like really excited about it. We're enjoying what we're making. The audience seems to really like it. And there could be like a tour in the future.
Ooh, someone was asking about like, you've done a show in LA. Where else are you going to go with it?
Yeah, we talked about possibly filming us go on tour. I don't want to go too much into it.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Without asking if I'm allowed to, which who knows. But like if the show revolved around that and then we were on tour, that could be really fun.
I think that'd be awesome. I'd love to see that.
It would just be a change up from the old office,
Yeah, then that gets your creative juices flowing again.
Totally. Location can change everything. If you just go 100%. Somewhere else for one day, just changes everything,
100%. Clay, we've reached the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
For giving us your time. You get a gift that everyone gets, a personalized fortune cookie as part of our hospitality.
That's so sweet. Do you want me to break it?
Sure. I don't even know what's in this one.
Should we do?
So this is gonna.
Should we do a little ASMR?
Yeah. Oh, that's very
humble.
Pleasant.
Actually, it was humble. It wasn't very. All right, let's see what it says.
Let's see. It's a surprise for all of us.
Wow, very long.
Oh, okay.
On November 14th, 2018, at 12:15 p.m. PST, you promised Twitter 10K retweets and I'll grow this mustache out again. Do you understand? Good. Let this be a PSA to everyone listening to find out this tweet and retweet. Thank you. God damn it. My wife's going to kill me.
What is that tweet at right now?
It's only at like a couple thousand, I think.
Okay, well, if we can get that to 10,000, you have to regrow a mustache.
I will.
There you go.
If that happens, I will.
Very cool.
Some of me is excited for that, and some of me is not excited to have my wife look at me like this.
Mustaches are very in. Maybe she has changed her mind.
And maybe it'll grow better.
Yeah.
I'm older too. It won't be as gross as it once was. But
well, where can people find you and SB7 if they don't know?
You can find me at youtube.com/sugarpine7 for Sugarpine7. That's the group of us. You can find me personally at youtube.com/CIB. And that's where I do my podcast and I do funny little sketches. And then we're on social media by the same name, Sugarpine7 and official SB7 and not Kib on Twitter. Yeah.
Literally at not Kib.
At not Kib on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Guys, go check them out if you haven't already. And we'll see you next time on another episode of Not Too Deep. Goodbye.
Too deep, too deep, too deep. Not too deep with Grace Helbig.
This episode, Not Too Deep, is brought to you by Bare Minerals. As the creators of clean beauty, Bare Minerals is driven by the philosophy that makeup and skincare should make your skin better, not just better looking. That's why their best-selling original foundation is made with only 5 ingredients, all minerals. For Bare Minerals to be clean without compromise means good for skin formulas with proven performance. Upgrade to clean beauty products. Use the foundation finder at bareminerals.com to find your perfect match. First-time customers will get 15% off when you use the promo code NOT2DEEP. Bare Minerals, the power of good. Not Too Deep is a production of Grace Helbig Incorporated, producer and edited by Melissa D. Montz, writing by Diane Kang, production assistance by Katrina Henning, post-production sound by Chris Henry, and an extra special thanks to Flula for the theme music.